Hey, welcome back to this week's Trinity in 20. This week, special guest with me is Cindy Goshert, and many of you who've been hanging around Trinity for a while know Cindy. Cindy and her family have been members and part of the life of Trinity for a long time.
A long time.
We won't go into how many years.
I was 6. So.
You were 6, so 10. 10 years you've been here. 10 years you've been here. But Cindy is one of the coordinators for what we call the WELCA program, Women of the ELCA, and those ladies groups that work and do things here, have Bible study groups, but also a variety of other things, some of which Cindy coordinates and makes happen. One of the biggest things is the quilts. Tell us first, before you talk about anything, the quilts are just this amazing thing that you all do.
Yeah, we've done quilts here for probably 30, 35 years. They go to Lutheran World Relief, which sends them all over the world to refugee camps, to partners in different countries. We send about 150 quilts a year. We're going to be finishing up and sending them on October 15th. A big truck comes and takes all the donations from Northeast Indiana Lutherans up to Minnesota to Lutheran World Relief Warehouse.
You have a couple of examples of the quilts that people here at Trinity, and it's not just ladies. Sometimes it includes gentlemen who come and help out. One of the quilts and a couple of boxes here of what this looks like. These quilts literally end up around the world.
Yes.
No kidding, around the world.
Yes. We've sent them to Peru, to Thailand, to Georgia, to Bosnia, to Syria, Tanzania. Our personal care kits, which is a towel, soap, nail clippers, toothbrush, toothpaste, comb. They also go all over the world, and our health kits have gone to Angola, El Salvador, Ecuador, Honduras. So we pack up this year, we're going to send around 140 health kits and 150 quilts that the women and other people, men, have donated also to our Lutheran World Relief.
And it's safe to say that almost all of these things go to places where there has been a disaster.
A lot of them go to a disaster, but the interesting thing is too, they send them to a hospital in Africa that is a cancer hospital and children cancer hospital, and they use the quilts on their bed, and then they take them home when they get to go home.
Amazing.
So there's a lot of partner agencies that Lutheran World Relief works with. So.
And that becomes an expression of this church as participating with literally the Christian community around the world.
Yes.
And some of these things go to places where it's not just specifically about helping Christians, but humans around the world. That the work of the church extends itself into the human community everywhere in the world. And you have a few other things going on.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We're real excited. We're doing a new program on October 11th, which is a Tuesday night from 7 to 9. We're hosting a program called Sari Bari. And Sari Bari is a not-for-profit that's housed here in Fort Wayne, but a woman got an idea of going to India, teaching women living in poverty without ways to support their families, themselves, sewing skills. And they use saris, and they make purses and pillows and all kinds of things to give these women a livelihood. So the founder of Sari Bar is going to come talk to us, tell us about her mission. And then we're going to have items to buy so you can have an early Christmas shopping. And we're going to have Indian dessert, which Sandra Krall is making for us. So the event is free because we want you to come spend your money with Sari Bari. But we will have a sign-up sheet. You can call Laura or sign up on Sundays that you're coming so we can see how big a crowd we're going to have.
Excellent. Yeah, I think we don't always realize that in many communities and parts of the world, communities in India being one of those places, that small skills and small programs like that make a tremendous difference in the lives of almost always women.
Right. Well, we learned when we were did the Bihar project a couple
Right.
of years ago that many parts of India, there's non-employment. So if it is an intact family, the men go to the big cities to try and make money for their families, and the women and children are left by themselves to try and figure out how they're going to get food and everything. So, an employment of and a skill that someone will pay for is a really good good not-for-profit.
Yeah, and our ability to participate in a little bit of that helps in a small way for so many of these people. That's hard for us to imagine sometimes, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah. What else you got going on?
Well, in November, we partner with Just Neighbors and provide food for a week for the people involved. It's a shelter for families that have been homeless, that are trying to get back on their feet, and teaching them all kinds of skills and things that they need. But different churches provide meals in the evening, and so we're always looking for volunteers that want to provide a salad or casserole or something for those evenings. And so we just have 3 nights: the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of Thanksgiving week. So
Excellent.
we'll be looking for crews that can cook up a meal for about 20.
And when you cook the meal, it's just you make the meal and you drop it off, or do you stay?
That's the big question. It will be answered before November 20th because during COVID, we just dropped the meals off. In the past, before COVID, we would stay and serve the meals and talk to the families. So that's to be decided.
Okay. And for all of you who are on the other side, if you don't know, Just Neighbors is, as Cindy said, it's a shelter for homeless families. Families can stay together in this situation, and it's assistance to help those families get back on their feet to then move back to permanent housing on their own. We here at Trinity, sometimes we may not know, but we have a relationship with Just Neighbors. Of some of their housing coordinators work with many of the people who come to Trinity looking for housing, be they individuals or families. And then on Wednesdays, Just Neighbors has a food truck. And on Wednesday afternoon, that food truck is parked in our parking lot, feeding people here in our community, families and individuals as well. So we have some connection to them.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else?
Sure.
All right, but wait, there's more.
There's more. There's lots
There's a lot more. Yeah.
In December, we will be doing the Cookies for Candlelight again. We don't know, this is another thing, whether it'll be cookies to go like last year or it'll be a reception, but we're always looking for men and women of the congregation that want to bake cookies. That's a big night.
It is a big night, yeah.
We talk about needing like 250 dozen cookies or something. So Trinity comes through. We always have delicious cookies.
250 dozen cookies. Think about that for just a minute. Yes. 250 dozen cookies at Christmas time. Yes. So.
And then also in December, we will be collecting items again for Redemption House women. We always do their Christmas gifts. There'll be a list of, we always need towel sets and other hygiene and different items that we'll have a way that people can donate. The real exciting thing that I think WELCA is doing this year that's new is in February, and it's February 4th on a Saturday. We're having a women's retreat that Saturday here at Trinity. It's going to be 9 to 3. It'll include lunch, Bible study, music, and we really want to try and incorporate all the women at Trinity, because I know a lot of our things are hard for working women or young moms to come to. So,
do you have a speaker yet? Do you have a topic?
We are coming up with what the Bible study is going to be. So we're looking at several Bible studies that have come out through the Gather magazine with women of the Evangelical Lutheran Church. So we're still finalizing what the Bible study will be.
Excellent. Well, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And a number of these events are for women within the parish. There are a few things that have crossover to the families, to men and women. And,
Yes.
you've done you do this outpouring of generosity, of creativeness, and things that are a blessing to us and to literally people around the world.
Yeah. Later in the spring, we're going to again have our pizza and a movie night, which we opened up to men and women. Had a real good outturning of couples or that came to that last year. And Evans agreed to do another concert for us in the spring, so that's a big night because Evan always does a great job with music.
Indeed. Yeah. That was exciting the last time that you had that program as well.
Yeah.
So, very good. Yeah. So there's a lot to get to know about. If you have any questions for Cindy and you don't know how to get a hold of her, you can contact us at the church. We can plug you back into you if you know who Cindy is. Drop her a note. See her on Sunday. She and Jeff, her husband, sit about halfway back on the pulpit side. You can find them sitting over there. And so it's great to have you all here. Thank you for the work that the ladies of the parish do. Thank you for your coordination of so much of that.
Well, I'm always grateful that whenever we ask someone, they come through with what we need, and they're Trinity's very generous. The women are always ready to lend a hand and either do things. We're doing bingo again at Byron. It has to be real limited in how many people can go. We're still doing our lunches several times a week, several months a year. See if I can get that straight.
Yeah.
Where it's just social. We meet at a restaurant, and people can form friendships within the women of the church.
Excellent. So there's a place for you, and we hope that you can come and be involved in some of those things. And God's peace be with you wherever you find yourself, and we'll see you next week.